is Sammy Tafoya. I am an alumni from the University of Arkansas and a member of DC Hopefuls. Last April, I was a senior in undergrad, and I was trying to find any way to DC. I'd been pouring through job openings online and applying to anything I thought my resume could possibly fit to. I had submitted 8 to 10 applications per week, was receiving very little feedback, very little callbacks, and I was just overall feeling very discouraged. That's when I got involved with DC Hopefuls. To be honest, I had heard about DC Hopefuls in the past, and I had even talked to Tommy before for advice. But after wasting so much time and energy on online applications and receiving no callbacks, no anything, no encouragement, I decided to start doing the modules and taking it seriously. And then the first video that I had watched, Tommy opened by saying, if you're pouring through online applications and doing all of this, you're wasting your time. Don't worry, I've been there. This is how DC needs to be done. And I thought, oh, he's talking to me. And he wasn't talking to me. It's just something that everyone that moves to DC goes through, and he understood. And we went through the modules, and I don't know, it's made me better at networking, it's made me better at my resume, and now that I'm here in DC, it's been a great group of friends and a lot of people that they've all gone through the same thing. It's not easy to get here, it's not easy to make it here. And DC Hopefuls is a good group of people that understands, that have been through that before, and that are here to help.
Hi, my name is Hannah Kanosic. I graduated in the spring of 2017 with a degree from the University of Arkansas. I studied international relations and political science. I was working at a law firm as an assistant after graduation, just trying to figure out how I was going to get to DC, how to navigate the job world up there. And that's when I first got connected with Tommy through another friend who is also a part of DC Hopefuls.
Hi, my name is Brian Gregory. I am 23 years old. I am a recent graduate of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, and I first met Tommy through a colleague of mine while I was SGA president. Tommy wanted to bring some webinars to our university, and so I worked with him to make 2 of those happen. When I was a senior in college, I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to go to DC, if I wanted to work on campaigns. And then once I went to one of Tommy's webinars, it really helped me out.
So after joining DC Hopefuls and after going through a few modules, I found that the network and the connections that I needed in DC, I actually had in my friend group there in Arkansas. And I met with a few people that had more connections than I had realized, and they put me in touch with people. It's just this large, quick flow of things. And then from graduation to moving to DC, it was a couple of weeks, and it was like I had a call on a Friday, and by the next Monday I needed to be here. And I moved here and have been growing and being a part of all of the DC Hopefuls workshops and the things that they do here in DC, as well as the things that are online. And I've gone from being an unpaid intern at an NGO to I'm currently employed. I'll start grad school in the fall, and I am a Pickering Fellow. So whenever I get out of grad school, I'll be a Foreign Service Officer, which is, a dream come true. And it's crazy to think that a year ago, I was applying to all of these things online and would have taken a job as a receptionist or just anything to get my foot in the door, and that with a little bit of hustle and networking and a little bit of luck, faith, that things have changed. And now that I'm here, these people that I used to hear on the DC Hopeful phone calls are now one of my good groups of friends, and people that understand, and people that I can turn to with questions, and I still go to them and ask them to look at my resume. And now that I have a network that includes a lot of DC people, I'm actually going through the DC Hopeful modules again about how to network and how to stay in touch with these people and make career investors. So, I don't know. It worked out for me. It's been a crazy turnaround from graduation till now. But if you're worried about making it to DC, if you're worried about finding a job while you're here or how you're going to get here, DC Hopefuls is a good community of people to talk to.
So I have been a part of DC Hopefuls for over 1.5 years now. I currently work in the administration as an assistant to several attorneys, which is my dream job. I want to go to law school someday, and so I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be learning among people that I really admire, whose careers I want to follow someday. But I think the best thing about DC Hopefuls is, the resources that you have access to now. I mean, resume help. First off, I've heard that people can spend hundreds of dollars having professionals look over their resumes. Tommy is really great about giving advice. There's also a very good peer-to-peer mentorship within the community. I have a lot of friends that have taken a look at my resume and given me help, but also they are very great about posting job opportunities that they hear about, and sometimes just having someone in a department or agency or in the private sector in that world too, just knowing someone on the inside can be a make it or break it situation if you are looking for a job in that particular office. But also the resources, like career coaches. Tommy is partnered with career coaches and offered that as a resource to us. He also knows so many people in the city and facilitates phone calls with us where we can ask professionals in fields that we're interested in questions about how they got there and what we can do and how to be proactive about maybe heading that direction in our careers as well. But I think the most important thing is that Tommy really practices what he preaches. These are tried and true methods and tips, things like interview etiquette and things like that. You will not go wrong, joining in partnership with Tommy in the DC Hopefuls Fellowship. I am so glad I joined. I'm so glad I'm still a part of this network and this community, and I have nothing but the best to say about the DC Hopefuls Fellowship.
Once I joined DC Hopefuls, my professional and work life has changed tremendously. I built a lot of different connections with people through the fellowship, and through just my own connection of people that I know in Arkansas and in other places. It really has transformed my life, as I've already had now 2 campaign managers positions straight out of college. And my resume is completely different, more presentable, more likely to get a call or interview. I've already had 6 or 7 interviews since November. And so I just think that if you join DC Hopefuls, the fellowship, it'll really transform your life. It'll give you a lot of different skills that you can apply throughout your career. And it's really important that if you want to see your career take off to the next level, that you join DC Hopefuls.